Hey, what's up guys? I'm Praetorian.
And Jynx here.
And welcome back to Disco Elysium on the PlayStation 5. So, unfortunately, as you can tell from the title and the thumbnail of this video, this is going to be the finale for the series. And that was not by choice, guys. That is because when we transitioned to the PlayStation 5, which we were just able to buy after trying for quite a while, ever since pre-order. We've been trying, the pre-order was obviously a one-time thing, but once it launched, we've been trying almost daily to try and purchase the game with no luck. Trying to be there on every single release, whether it's GameStop or Target or Best Buy or Walmart. I was there trying to get it.
Just smashing buttons.
I've been spending a lot of time, guys, trying to get it with no luck. We actually bought it once, and then the bank declined it, and I got it, and yeah, they declined it, so they basically took the PS5 from us.
We had gone out to lunch and gotten coffee and then shopped at Target, and they're like, you would never do this.
Yeah, this is like something that
this is not
middle class people do. Get coffee, and we went to like a sandwich diner place.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, and then we had and then we were for shopping at Target, which they know we shop at Walmart because it's cheaper. So yeah, our bank declined it, and so we had to keep looking. And luckily that was 2 weeks ago, before we actually got 2 weeks before we actually got the PS5.
Yeah, so it was pretty irritating.
Incredibly irritating.
And they're like, "Oh, we'll just try it again."
Yeah, like I could just try it again when it comes to the PS5. So yeah, I ended up staying up like 2 hours past when I wanted to try and get the PS5 that day, and then they turned us down. So that was frustrating. But anyway, we got the PS5. Got it from GameStop. Had to do one of the bundles, unfortunately. Buy a whole bunch of stuff you don't want. But we needed to get the console, guys, because I've noticed that the views on the channel for all of our console content, the actual search engine views has been going down. So I believe it's because people are looking at PS5, and I think that's affecting these series because we were still playing on the PS4 Pro. Now I could be wrong on that, but I did a quick little search and kind of did a little bit of research on this, and there were channels that were like a fraction of our size. They were getting more views than us for the same game, even though they released at the same time as us, so they didn't have an advantage of being first or anything like that. And yet they were getting significantly more views, even though they were just like 5,000-6,000 subscribers. So I kind of think that was because they're on the PS5 and we weren't. Again, I don't know for sure, but I think it was definitely having an impact. So I'm glad that we got the PS5, but it does have a casualty, and that's this series, guys. So I think what happens is, I think each version of the game has their own like saves. So the PS4 version has saves because they're on this console. The PS4 saves, the PS4 Pro saves that we were playing on for the series, we moved them over to the console. You can see them on the console. You just can't access them here from the load game. You can only access my series here, or my playthrough here that I'm currently doing. Some spoiler pictures there.
Yeah.
I thought we could hop in there, but Jynx is playing it, and I don't know if you guys are going to play it. I didn't want to skip ahead and show you guys a bunch of like later game stuff. I'm on day 4? I don't know if it shows the day here. 3 or 4. I think I'm on day 4. Yeah.
That's later game?
Yeah, I'd say that's about closer to the later game, yeah. Yeah, it's probably maybe 6 or 7 days. Again, I don't really remember. I played it back in 2019. It's probably around 6 or 7 days, maybe 8 or 9. So yeah, it's definitely either mid game or later game. I'd say it's more later game though. So yeah, I've been playing it on my own and definitely enjoying the game. And it's such a bummer that we weren't able to continue the series, though. Honestly, I had some issues with this series. With the beginning and having the copyright problems, and then having to turn the music off. And that was
music plays such a big part in it.
Yeah, that was a big issue for me. Like, not having the music, I really didn't like that. Felt like it really took away from the game overall. So, maybe it's for the best. You guys got to see the beginning of the game, but the problem is that the beginning of the game is not a very good, showing for it. I feel like the game doesn't really pick up until day 2 or day 3. Somewhere around there is where I feel like it really starts picking up and where it gets really good, where you can't set it down and you just want to keep playing.
I'm trying to get to that point.
What, to day 2?
Yeah, it's sluggish for me, though.
Yeah, because Jynx's character is a very different, style of detective from what we're playing as here. But yeah, it is a bummer that we have to end the series, but there's nothing to do other than to restart it, guys. Because again, the PS4 save just doesn't work on the PS5 version of the game. It's just a shame, because yeah, you can see we're here on 4K. The game has HDR, though for some reason I've been having trouble getting HDR to work with our new capture card. Which we got a new capture card, we got a new editing software. We just upgraded everything all at the same time, guys. Just kind of
get it over
with. But let's kind of show you, because we talked about this a little bit when we were making our character, but I was trying to get started. But yeah, there's a couple different ways you can play this game. I just kind of wanted to note a few of the interesting ways of doing it. So one of them would be the cop that we're not playing as. Right now we're doing an intellect physique cop, which was when I did my first playthrough. And you know what? These two don't really gel well. So I wouldn't say that that's the best way to do it. I would say if you're going to go with a high intellect character, you should instead go with Motorix. Maybe 4 and 4 here, or 3 and 5 here, or something like that. But I feel like you should combine, or maybe you could put this one into Psyche or something. But I feel like you should really focus on intellect and Motorix, because this is kind of like the Sherlock Holmes style. And they just gel really, really well together, because reaction speed isn't quite what you'd think it was. You might think it's how quick you can react with your body, but it also applies how quick your mind reacts, how quick you think about things, how quickly you pick things up. So I think that that's really important for a lot of these skills up here. Obviously, perception is an important skill for a Sherlock Holmes style detective. Hand-eye coordination is helpful too. The composure and interface, and all these really, really gel well with the intellect character. So I feel like that's one that you should definitely try. I feel like for your first playthrough, actually, that might be the best way to play it. You get the most information between your high logic and encyclopedia and your visual calculus, allowing you to do those little scenarios that we did with the throwing the shoe out the window.
Putting together the crime scene.
Yeah. Yep.
This is my design.
Yeah, reconstructing those crime scenes. And any bonus points for anybody who knows where Jynx got that from. It's an awesome show, by the way. But yeah, I feel like this is a really cool skill. We didn't get to use it on the boots because we failed on the footprints. I would really like to have showed you guys that one. That one was kind of cool when you break that one down. It really helps you out as well, kind of trying to figure out who the murderers are. But yeah, I think that's probably the best for your first playthrough, like a Sherlock Holmes, very high intellect with maybe the Motorix to combine. You can combine it with other things. If you want to go with a very high intellectual character, period, a very mind-based character, a thinker, then you'd probably combine the intellect and psyche. And those might gel well as well. But yeah, I feel like the best way to do it for your first character, high Motorix, high intellect. Another really interesting way of playing is with the high psyche, which you can really combine with anything. I'm not saying this is the best way to do this, but just having a 4 or 5 for the psyche and then really investing in these. And that's a very different style of playing, guys. And I don't think it's the best for beginners, honestly. Having played it a little bit myself, I would say I don't think it's the best way to play it as a beginner. But it kind of sheds a different light on the game. If you're into Twin Peaks type of thing, then that's what you're going to like. Again, shows you kind of the supernatural side of things. And there's not really supernatural things in the game exactly. I think most of it's more in your character's head. Yeah, I think it's more in your character's head. But yeah, the Inland Empire has some really interesting things, and it feels like you're a cop. As you see, this says hunches and gut feelings, and that's what it feels like. It feels like you're a cop that gets the gut feelings and goes with their gut all the time. Doesn't really care about the facts and the logic. And
I got a feeling.
Yeah, you just get a feeling, and a lot of times they're right, but sometimes they're wrong. But yeah, I think it's an interesting character with a high empathy as well.
That's what I'm playing as.
Yeah, with the high empathy and the high suggestion, I feel like you have a much easier time with other people, dealing with other people, which is a big part of the game. So I think you do have a bonus there. So I think that this is a fun way of playing. a very different way of playing.
Character's definitely a little bit cuckoo.
Yeah, your character's going to be a little bit out there as well. So a fun way to do, but I think it's probably better for like a second playthrough. But yeah, it's definitely a lot different. And then the final, way, you could always go with the high motorics, but I feel like the motorics kind of gels well combined with other things. But another one that I want to try that I haven't yet is like a high physique character. I think that'd be really cool.
Big old brute.
Yeah, like I don't have enough points. I would just make them stupid. But yeah, something like this here, where you just have the very high physical instrument, which physical instrument gets you in trouble. I think that this playthrough, and if I ever play again, then I think that I'm gonna play with the high physique, because I think this one would be like just a wild, chaotic ride, because you got physical instrument. He's always trying to get you to do bad stuff. Of course, you got electrochemistry, who just wants you to party and do drugs and do all kinds of stuff you're not supposed to. And then you have the half-life, which is terrified, and so it's always kind of basing things off its fear. Shivers, that's kind of an interesting skill, I think. Kind of, it's not like these ones. It's really not. It's more like you're actually feeling things in the city, like things from the outside. You're noticing things. Yeah, where this is all internal stuff for the most part, obviously.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's very internal. Obviously, empathy and suggestion have to do with more other characters and stuff, as does authority. I feel like this is more like with the city, as you can see from the description here. So that results in a very different playthrough as well. So I think with all these combined, you'd have a wild playthrough. And I think that's what I would do, like a bad cop. Like a cop who's just like really into drinking and drugs.
Just a jerk.
When I think of it, I think of the guy from Happy. The show Happy,
yeah.
Which is a wild show if you haven't seen it. It's actually pretty good. I liked it a lot. You might not get into it, guys. I really like that show, though. I thought it was a really fun ride.
It's out there.
Yeah, it's out there. So the guy from there, he used to be a cop. And I think he's like, I don't know what he is when the show picks up. But he's no longer on the force because he's too much of a fuck up.
Yeah.
Too much of a fuck up to be a cop. And that character there, that's what I think of when I think of this branch right here. Is that kind of a character. Yeah, from Happy. There's another cop that I'm thinking as well. I can't remember what show or movie that is on, though. Yeah, I don't know. Or how about Trevor from GTA?
Oh,
yeah, Trevor's kind of this character as well. I think this is all fitting for a Trevor type. So I'm thinking about playing a character like that if I play again, like play through a third time, to play a character with very, very high physique. I think that'd be really fun. So that would be my next planned character, the high physique character. And you see how they build them out here. You can see with the Thinker, they have the intelligence and the motorics here as well. Again, I think they gel really well together. And then with the Sensitive, they have the physique with the physical. And then with the physical, they have the physical with the motorics, which I think is the best way to go with that one, is maybe slightly higher motorics. But yeah, I think that would be a fun playthrough. That's the next one I'm going to do, guys. But yeah, it does suck that we have to end the series here, guys. I don't think we'll start it over again, though, for the channel, because, it didn't do very well. And maybe on the PS5 it might do better, but probably not, because the game released well over a week ago. And I just don't expect it would. And I don't really want to start over again either on the series, guys, because I've already started over multiple times, because this playthrough right here, remember, the PS4 version doesn't work. I started that one playthrough with the same character as Jynx, a sensitive style character, the physique, or excuse me, the psyche character. I started that on the PS4 as well, and I was not able to continue that, guys. That did, obviously here on the PS5 this doesn't work. So this is a whole new save here, where I'm doing the Sherlock Holmes style, with the high intelligence and motorics. That's how I know that that's a really good playthrough for a beginner, because I did not play as a Thinker my first time. I did it with the intelligence and the physical skill. So yeah, I think the way I'm playing through right now on the PS5, this current save here, I think that's the best way for a beginner. But basically, I've restarted this game 3 times now. 2 times on the PS4 Pro, the playthrough I was doing myself, and the one for the channel, and then this PS5 one. So I have no interest in starting over again anytime soon, guys. So we will unfortunately have to end the series But the good news is that we do have a PS5 now, so that's exciting. We'll be able to start playing with the 4K and maybe the HDR if I can get it to work. I have not been able to get it to work with either of our recordings yet. But yeah, we'll at least have 4K here, which is exciting, I guess. I imagine it's going to take a lot longer to render and upload and process the videos. But and because of that, we might not have every video be 4K. I don't know if I'm gonna try basing it off of what game we're playing and whether it would benefit from the increased resolution or not. We haven't exactly decided. But essentially, the last thing I'd like to put out here, guys, is we are making this transition. Transitioning new console, new capture card, and a new editing software. And so things are going to be a little bit hectic here over the week, which is why we didn't have any videos for several days. We're just trying to get all this set up and stuff, and it hasn't been smooth. It never is whenever you change your software, your hardware up. It never goes quite the way you'd want it to. So we've had some issues. I expect to have more. So if you could bear with us while we get through this little transition, then I'd appreciate it. We will be starting another series soon. I'm not sure when that game comes out, so I won't say just yet. Maybe a week and a half. But for now, we're going to be playing the It Takes Two series. So if you haven't checked that out yet, maybe go watch that. We do intend to play the entire game there, and I think we're about halfway through the game at this point, somewhere around there. So we'll be continuing that one throughout next week, and then we'll be starting a series after that, and hopefully we'll have everything sorted out before the new series starts up, guys. If you're looking for something to watch while you wait for that next series to start, if you're not interested in the It Takes Two series, then go check out the front page of our channel. We have 3,000 something videos all sorted by genre, so you should be able to find something to watch while you wait for the next series. If you're looking for any links, check out the description of any of our videos. Find links to our PayPal, Patreon, and Teespring store. If you'd like to help support the channel, you also find a link to our Discord if you'd like to join our community. And finally, you'll find links to all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this short series. Sorry it was so short. We didn't intend for it to be this short. But again, the transition to the PS5 was, caused the issue. And we could play on the PS4, but I think it would be a real hassle switching back and forth, guys. I just don't think it's worth it, honestly. So yeah, it was a real bummer we had to end it here so quickly when we really didn't get to properly show the game off. It's a real shame. But if you did enjoy what you watched, make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you guys in another video, and thanks for watching.